Yeah, it's not quite the same story. So we'll just quickly get the game audio going.
Oh crap. What camera did I change? No. No. I think it's those. I'm gonna actually start the new game.
Oh, you're just gonna make sure. Okay, you are live, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, alright.
Let me know if you want to do a countdown.
Yeah, if you can do the countdown and bet start when we're ready. We're not quite ready yet, but soon, Tim.
Wait, you forgot to play the best cutscene.
Oh yeah, the one that gets your YouTube videos taken down.
How could I forget? Okay, we got the correct cameras. And I did not activate run, so I still have to activate that. Not that it actually makes a big difference on timing anymore.
Okay, are you ready, Endeavor?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it starts on when you click on easy, right?
Yeah. So, Zfresh, are you ready to count down us and do bet start?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so when we're ready, do the countdown. I mean, when you're ready, do the countdown.
You ready, Endeavor?
Mm-hmm.
Dabom?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so welcome to DefN request, and I just need to quickly do something. Okay, it is still paused. Welcome to DefN request, PS4 version, the slower version. But not that bad compared to Fairy Fencer Switch. I was also making sure that my Fortnite download was paused, because when you are downloading an update for a game on your PS4, it slows down loads horrendously.
What's this?
So right off the bat, we'll be
What's this?
going through these quick tutorials,
What's this?
pressing the skip text button, getting rid of them as fast as possible.
This game is like very completely different almost to Fairy Fencer, so if I do anything dumb, I'm just going to blame that throughout.
And Endeavor's got a bit of a lead right now, obviously, because of my quick pause, and actually more than that because of stream delay, but that will probably change quite a bit back and forth as the game goes on. Yeah, there's nothing particularly wrong with the PS4 version, it's just that PC version came out and blew it out of the water, at least as far as speedruns go.
You won't lose!
I'm hitting the wrong button, so that's a good start.
Alright. Blast off! Let's go. Alright.
So right off the grip, we're doing this fight with 4 enemies. It takes 3 turns, because generally 2 of the enemies will group up. And we really want to learn a skill called Rock You Down. If possible, I didn't learn it,
No, I did not either.
but it just does AoE and is nice to have on the very next battle after this.
Yeah, we don't need it after the next battle, but it will be nice to get.
Yeah, we can
Before it.
coincidentally learn it on the fight and it will still save most of its time. If not all of it, but it's just complete luck.
We are in sync on the way to that room.
Well, yeah, because of stream delay. You're still a bit ahead in reality.
I know, but it was nice seeing. And then I just butchered that cutscene skip like very badly.
And now we're just mashing the cutscene skip buttons, because there are 7 cutscenes before the next battle. They take quite a long time to load on PS4. On PC, you would be starting the battle by now.
Yeah, you'll probably see me screw up a lot of cutscene skips like that. I have an instant cutscene skip method, but it is a very risky method. It also kind of relies a little bit on randomness, which is for a cutscene skip.
Yeah, there's kind of variable lag on cutscenes.
Oh shoot.
Whoops.
Oh, at least I got it.
I didn't get it, and I only hit one enemy by mistake.
It
So this is
doesn't.
gonna
It
be
doesn't
fun.
matter that I got it because I didn't aim with the doo-doo. Let's hope maybe
My turn.
this
All
can
right.
hit them all. Can it? No. I'm gonna try. Nope.
Okay, I've got 2 enemies left right now. I have yet to learn the
Let's
skill.
go. All right.
We'll probably
That was
learn it
very
on the
bad
last
fight.
cast.
Right. All right.
Okay, I still didn't learn it. It's whatever at this point, you don't need it anymore.
Leveled up. I won't
Whoops.
lose.
No, we don't want that.
Leave it to me.
Stop hitting the wrong
Alright.
buttons, self.
Blast up.
Now we're going to be trying to learn a different skill here.
Yeah.
Requiring Trolley Bloom and 2 Luna. Whatever. I'll just call it Luna for short.
Okay, I learned it.
Blast up.
Lunamissimo, that is.
All right. I'll work harder. What's
I do not have it.
So in this game you can learn a skill as long as you use the right combo of skills. You don't have to actually hit an enemy with them. So what I did on that last battle is I used Charlie Boom, Lunamiss, and Super Glitch all in a row. Charlie Bloom plus Lunamiss is the combo you need to use to learn the skill. Also, that's the end of the prologue, which we can see by that achievement, Clear 0. Charlie Bloom Lunamiss gets you Lunamissimo, which is a stronger skill. And Super Bloom is ultimate move glitch skill that you can only use in glitch mode, and the game forces you into glitch mode for that battle. And it hits everything on the field like all of them do. There are like 1 or 2 other skills that aren't glitch mode skills that can hit the whole field, but it's a trait shared by all glitch mode skills in general. So now we're heading through the castle. And we got another party member called Lily, but she's useless.
blast up.
Like, we literally never use her in combat. Apart from her being in that one fight just now.
Alright, I got Luna.
Nice.
Volume 2.
Found it.
Bad position. Worst possible. We'll just paralyze Sheena, that's okay.
So this game is kind of like a visual novel. There are choices, and if you pick the wrong choice, you get a game over. And you have to reload from your last save. But what they did in exchange for that being a thing is that you can save during cutscenes in this game. Pretty much like 70% or more of cutscenes you can just save at any time during. Normally you only can't save if it's a cutscene with actual game models as opposed to a VN style cutscene. Or if it's a cutscene after a boss battle.
What's this?
So you can just save at the point of the choice if you're doing casual. And PS4 also has this weird music glitch where the music from the cutscene will carry on if you skip everything fast enough, which doesn't happen on PC. Anyway, so now the first
Take a gander at the. Thank you. Be
Shop
careful
menu.
out there.
you grab some supplies to make the other game go a little quicker.
This.
And then an enemy dodge, which is somewhat tricky. I may or may not get it on PS4, I'm a lot better at it on PC. Okay, I got it. So now... Major menu,
Hope this works.
set up a new combo. Get rid of Lily, like I said, she's useless. equip our new weapon that we just bought, and view IRL cutscenes. This game is like a mixture between reality and the game world. You play controlling Sheena in the game world, but then there's parts IRL, which is basically just VN cutscenes. And you have to view VN cutscenes to unlock doors and such in the game world. Also, we forgot to actually change our voice language to Japanese. Whoops. Or at least I did. Yeah,
I
there's
don't
like
have no
a,
voices though. I don't use voices.
there's like an overall incentive for English versus Japanese for the whole marathon. Actually, I should do it because I'm the one who's got the game audio on. So I'll just spend a little time to do that. So I think I'm slightly ahead anyways. How do we actually do that in this game? Okay, just like that. This is going to be a bit weird because I've never played this game with Japanese voices. Okay. First boss battle is against this guy, Scalar.
I play with no voices just because of the fact that if you have voices on, you're gonna hear panting when you play the game, and that panting is the most annoying sound
Yeah.
ever.
I don't really care about the fanning, so I just play on English with voices on. But I'd have just changed my voices to Japanese, so we'll leave it like that for the rest of the marathon unless you guys vote in a different language. And yeah, because we both had the Lunamissimo skill, we were able to kill the boss in one round. Although somehow Endeavor lost his speed buff and he went second, but it still went fine otherwise. And Japanese panting is actually slightly less annoying than English panting, so hey, there's that benefit at least. So I just did the first use of the thing called the episode chart, where you can get free rewards for reaching certain parts in the story. A thing about Death End Request is that the episode chart is actually shared between all your playthroughs in system data. So if you do another playthrough on the same profile, you can have all the episodes unlocked from the start. Obviously, that seems a little dodgy for a speedrun which is meant to be starting from scratch, so we eventually decided to ban it and only allow you to use episodes that you've actually unlocked. And now we have to wait for this crane. You cannot skip this animation and it takes like 30 seconds to do. But yeah, that's just pretty much unavoidable. Wait, it's where you can go and take a pee break if you had a really loose bladder going into your run. Although it would have to be a pretty fast pee break to be fair. But you can just generally have a break there.
Wash hands, skip.
Yes. Perhaps I shouldn't be endorsing that. Anyway. We head through this dungeon. Just view IRL cutscenes to unblock the path whenever we run into a path blocker. There isn't really any smart time to do the menuing other than before you hit the block, so I just do it whenever I see the block. You can choose to do it whenever you want, really. Make sure you hit the right choices to not game over. Now sometimes the blocks will be visible, like that white wall that was showing up before every Dara cutscene. Sometimes they're less visible, like this one coming up. I will like quickly show you that there's an exclamation point there. There's no actual visible thing in front of the door, but if I tried to go into that door, it would not let me in, and I would just walk back from the door in a little walk back animation. But as I viewed the IRL cutscene, I can just go into this door and fight the next boss. And now we start with more skill in RNG because everyone loves skill in RNG. Now I do already have Sheena's skills, so all I'm going to do with Sheena is guard. Well, wait. So we pick up a white bug from the floor. The bugs that are colored tiles on the ground. They give you various buffs and debuffs, and they do damage. Well, okay, on easy, not all of them do damage. On normal and hard, most of them, if not all of them, do damage to you, and give you either a buff or a debuff, or a status effect. Though there are some that just purely do damage and do nothing else. They also generally heal a little bit of SP. So the white ones raise your physical attack, and deal a modest amount of damage on higher difficulties. On easy, basically no bug deals any significant damage at all. Other than like
got the
white
one-turn
red ones.
bug. Nice.
Yeah, mine was 2-turn, but I did get the skill on the second turn. So we're both good on that fight. But yeah, so
Once I get to the third dungeon area, I will be doing a safety save because my game loves to die to that bot in dumb ways, and don't want that happening in a marathon though. It's very silly to save there, but it's just going to be a super safety strat. You will not see Dabom do it most likely.
yeah, that's the end of the second chapter. So now we're going to go for the ruins for the next boss, which is the dumb one Endeavor was talking about. But first we need to dodge some more enemies, ideally. It's basically RNG whether you can dodge a couple of the enemies here. There are big bugs, big grey bugs, and if they're facing you then you cannot dodge them. This one is not facing me, although it's going to be slightly awkward to dodge them anyway. I did get around in the end. If they're facing you then you just take the encounter and run. This one is also not facing me. Okay, cool. Although the dinosaur was slightly awkward, but we good. So, yep. The Godot Ruins is where the boss will be. But first we have the worst cutscene in the game. Because this is an animated cutscene with models, and also a choice. Which means you cannot skip it. And because it's a model cutscene, you cannot use, like, the text skip either. So you have to mash the X button continuously to actually skip through the text. And on Japanese it's actually voiced, unlike English. So you can actually hear their voices in between my mashing. Just a little bit. And then there's a couple more usual cutscenes with choices where you can just use a normal skip. The non-complete skip, but it lets you at least run through the text lock lines really fast. Complete skip you can only use if there's no choice.
Oh yeah, I'm on a different profile. Like, where are all my saves, dude? But yeah, like I said, super safety strat. I'm really unlucky on this boss. I die to him way too often.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing slightly risky on him because I'm not going to have Al take a turn, so I need to hit the damage range of Sheena alone. Since I haven't hit an encounter since I got Al. If you take an encounter between the last boss and this upcoming one, Al will go first on this, and you can go for a much easier damage range, which is pretty much guaranteed.
Oh crap. What is the answer? Attack the enemy or run for it?
Oh wait, Al does have a speed boost somehow. I guess I did hit an encounter.
The bomb. Is it attack the enemy or run for it? The first choice. It's been so long.
Top.
The top one?
Yeah. I guess I did hit an encounter somewhere. I'm not sure how Al got that speed buff, but whatever.
I hope that's the only one I forgot. I shouldn't be forgetting those, but I blame Midnight. Almost.
Anyway, so with that out of the way, that boss is... The fish boss after the giant is the cakewalk. The giant is the one that can kill you, and it can't directly kill you with damage in one turn. What it does is it uses a skill that can time stop you, and time stop is like an infinite paralysis. It does not wear off until you die. So if he time stops all 3 of your party members, then you just lose.
Yep. That's what we're trying to prevent with a safety save. I have a personal opinion that it picks random PS4s and will give different odds of it happening. And I am just part of the unlucky fair.
Yeah, Endeavor is all about the cursed PS4 thing, with not just this game but others as well. There are some things which seem to be cursed on particular PS4s. Anyway, with that boss out of the way, we're in chapter 4 now, and the one time we're actually going to do something a little
No
odd
time
is
stop. Oh my god.
we're going to touch this warp stone. And the warp stone, what it does is it unlocks a quick jump point once we actually get quick jump much later in the game. There are some that are unlocked for you automatically, and every one that we need to use in the run is unlocked automatically apart from one. That's the one that we need to get manually.
Oh, we got Lance. Heck yeah, dude.
I do not have it, so I will be using the 2x spear strats. Most likely. Anyhow, the forest is the best music in the game according to Endeavor, and I'm inclined to mostly agree. So we'll probably stay mostly quiet while we're in here.
Yeah, it's the best dungeon music. The best music still is that Return to Me.
Fair enough. Okay, I got an encounter, unfortunately.
Yeah, during that encounter I can say, quiet time for the forest indeed.
Oops.
Gotta make sure to register the Aloha Wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
なんだろう。
I will briefly talk, since we're doing a lot of stuff without explaining it. It's just a little warp puzzle where you have to touch these little obelisk things to activate teleporter. And make your way deeper into the forest. And then you have to do an IRL cutscene to enter this next door. Now, because I'm going to have to do the slow straight on the next flight, I'm also going to grab this safety heal item. The code cell is a AoE heal that can AoE the whole field. There are no like AoE heal items that actually hit a range. They either hit one person or the whole field. In any case, because this is actually normal ending, where we're just rushing through to the end of the game without satisfying the conditions of true ending, we can basically skip every chest that we don't need for safety.
なんだろう。
My run tomorrow, which is going to be true end on either normal or hard difficulty depending on the incentive, we will be picking up a lot more chests for items that you need to get the true ending. Anyway, I will shut up for a little bit longer. We're nearly at the next boss now.
I couldn't fall off that tree for some reason. Oh well.
I need to take this very carefully. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that boss is meant to be not a possible win. You're meant to just stall 4 turns, but on easy the stats are low enough that you can just barely beat it.
Yeah, it's an unwinnable fight, but for some reason you're not allowed to die to it.
Yeah, I'm
Just silly.
taking a slightly slower strat on this next boss to try and force learn a move for Sheena, and I did manage to do it, so that's good. Normally you just kill that boss with L in 1 turn, but I took 2 turns to make sure I learned the skill on Sheena. So I lost quite a bit of time, but I make sure I got the skill. So with that out of the way, now we get trapped in a little bit of an endless loop. If you don't view the IRL cutscene that I viewed straight after like the boss was over, then this is actually an endless loop. But as it is, with the IRL cutscene viewed, you just have to go through 4 times until your characters realize that something has happened. The 3rd time you get this intermission cutscene, then you get sent back once more. In any case, winning that unwinnable battle, you have to go into glitch mode with L, and then use their strongest move.
Oof. Oh, that's a yikes.
You can just revive her, right? Then go
Yeah.
again.
Oh no, I used the wrong move. Fuck. I am so used to that. Don't die. Okay, you didn't die. To live. To seriously live.
Did you not get the kill in the end?
Nope.
Oh well. You can you can do easy difficulty without getting the kill and it's fine, it's just slightly slower on certain fights. No, you lose like 1 or 2 turns at most throughout the rest of the game. It's just faster to win than it is to stall out, which is why you bother doing it in the first place.
Yeah, now
Stalling-
Snathia's tempo is going to be all jacked.
Stalling 4 turns is not all that fast in the first place, is the thing. So that's why you bother trying to win, even though it seems slow. Now we set combos on all the characters, and for the first time in quite a while we actually used the party change, and Celica joins the team. Oh wow, Al actually died. I guess that's what happens when you don't win.
I'm visibly upset.
Oh well, you killed him.
I wasted both of the cold ogre brews, man.
Okay, so the temple is home to 4 not quite boss fights, but forced fights anyway. I need to actually hit this guy.
チャンスだよクゾ逃げろ
with these frogs.
倒したさすがあるぜ
The thing about the frogs is that they're really, really, really fast. Their speed stat is out the window.
なんだろう
I got into an encounter. They forced what? So they all have 5 had a turn, and then
Oh,
they
gosh.
paralyzed 2 of my characters, and now Sheena's dead.
Yeah, whatever. You get your health back when you go into the next dungeon anyway, I think.
It's not the point. What the fudge, dude? Ah.
So yeah, I needed to take a mandatory optional encounter before I got into the battle with the frogs so that I could actually move first. If you let the frogs move first, then it's really slow.
This is bad. This is really bad. We're actually going above estimate by a lot.
Above? What is our estimate? I don't even put an estimate on the layout, but I think it's 105 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that's definite right now, although yeah, it's possible. Like I said, you only lose like 1 or 2 turns to being under level, as long as you remember what to do. And it's not that hard to know what to do because you just use Celica instead of L in the temple.
いつでもあるの
Well, I'm almost 4 minutes behind after Rosario one.
戦闘開始
So that's a 103 pace.
やったぞさすがあるぜ
Yeah. Soulhash has the right of it, with what I was saying. It's mandatory to outspeed the frogs, but of course not required for game progression. Just really slow to not do.
倒したのだ任されたバッチリ
There's one more frog every time, so this is the first time that we actually have to use Celica. Because you can't hit all 3 of them at once with L as much as you might like to.
なんだろうなんだろう
But luckily Celica comes really high level and really fast out of the
なん
gate.
だろう
On every other category, she is the fastest party member by quite some distance, and even in this category, she's going to
戦闘
be
開
the
始
fastest party member in a couple more battles. And then for Endeavor, because he didn't get the kill, she will be his fastest character already.
倒れたわ正直まだ足りないわ
Oh dear lord.
なんだろう
What an enemy placement.
終わらせるわよ覚えてろよ
Anyways, so the frogs are dead, so now we have to go back to the first area of the temple where we can unlock a door that we got the keys from all the frogs to fight the boss of the temple. Just quickly squeeze around that fish. If you get trolled too much by the enemies before the fish, then you normally can't make it past the fish, but I got good enough evidence to make it fast.
なんだろう
Now this next boss is not that bad.
Oh yeah, that cutscene wasn't necessary, was it? I remember that being a thought in my head that it was for the time, so I would forget it in this run.
強そうこれで終わった私の出番ね
Oh crap, Sheena's still dead.
私の
Oh, is she? Holy shit.
よし
I mean, I don't know if that's a problem at the moment, but...
倒したこれでみんな
Nah, oh, you want to revive her to get the experience. Use Lily's skill to revive her. If need be. Or you can use an item, whatever. Anyway, so I didn't...
That Rosaria
kill
Forest
herself,
is a highlight for the ages, I tell you.
But
In fact,
Sheena just
I don't
cleaned
want
up
to
the
ever
boss.
see it again.
One more choice in between this boss and the next area, and then we will actually revisit the castle. All that spam, it was a bit something. Yeah, we got rid of the emote war in general because it just got way more negative feedback than positive feedback last year. I think people had had enough of it for the most part.
Hold on.
Partially because we added so many emotes to it that, as Oz say, it was taking away from the actual wars.
I almost went the wrong way. Whoa, where were you? Celica failed to run. What?
What?
Okay.
That's a rare one.
We'll just continue doing this to me myself. Sheena ran though. Sure.
Okay.
Sure you do what you do, video game.
So now we need to do an IRL event down here. You can open that door much earlier in the game
なんだろう
and get to this place slightly faster, but it's not worth it. Unless another circumstance happens, which I will elaborate on in my run tomorrow when I will do it. And then we just need to view one more cutscene. Now we can head to the boss.
Guess what I'm going to do?
Save?
Maybe I shouldn't do.
I don't know, save? No, you're gonna go for yellow jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up as like an opposite of what we did earlier where you took a safe trap and I didn't. So we'll get to that pretty soon.
I'll see if I can remember how to do it.
それじゃあ行くよ私の出バッチリ
Nah.
よし勝利って賛成の効果ね
So on that fight you have to not attack with Al, because we didn't really touch on it before because it didn't impact the easy speedrun at all up until now. But there is a mechanic called counter, where the enemy will cancel out your move and do a counter of their own if you do something which meets their condition. There are... The most common type of counter is against a certain element. In the easy speedrun, we only attack
way, dude!
with one element per
What
character.
did you just do? Ow, insta-death.
I don't know, man. I only saw you dead. I only saw her dead.
She went from full health to dead. They have an insta-death attack.
Yeah, the most common type of counter in this game is against element. And in easy, we only attack with one element per character, so Al is sun element, and that boss I first fought, Lily, counters sun, so I need to not attack with Al. There are other counters, but you don't run into them as much. Alright, and
This game is doing amazing stuff.
this is the hallway of doom.
For anyone looking to run this game, pay attention.
Okay, well
to
I fell
both.
off, so you catch up a bit of time. It might not help that much at this point, but I do lose like 45 seconds by falling off there. If not more, depending on enemy placement RNG.
But yeah, for anyone who's actually looking to run this game, it's a fun game, fun mechanics, easy. The new game easy is it's really easy to be honest. But pay attention to both the bombs and my screens if you want to know exactly what kind of stuff can happen in the game. This game will toss so much different RNGs at you. It is one of the heaviest RNG reliant, and even on something as basic as easy mode.
Okay, so I got through the jump puzzle second time, but that loses like almost a full minute to falling now, because the load is so slow. Not a big deal, given the current state of the race, but unfortunate.
The biggest on just what I am talking about is the fact that I have put over 30 hours in routing and playing easy mode, and that is the first time about 5 different things has happened to me so far. All in the same run. So be wary of that if you want to run this.
The game is reasonably fun, most of the time,
Yeah,
but sometimes it just does this.
It is just insanely fun. It is a great game. I recommend it. Now, someone like me who's having all this instant death, Sheena! Come on!
Wait, how
I
did...
don't know anymore. The spider did something to Sheena. That she died in one hit. I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna revive her, Salaka. There's number 6 on the things that has never happened to me before.
So I'm back in the forest now, and it's another small key puzzle, teleporter puzzle. Now this one, you can actually finish this puzzle while only picking up 2 keys, but it ends up being slower than picking up 3 keys because of movement reasons, so we do a solution where you pick up 3 keys.
Is it leave it to Lily or
top.
I feel the ox. I've been saying that for a while now.
それじゃあ行くよよし勝利してまだ足りないわ私の出番ねバッチリ勝負に出るわよこの直勝利してこれでみんなを守れるわ
Alright. I remember this was a butt to memorize and learning, so I hope I ain't forgot nothing. I probably won't.
なんだろう。どうかな。きっとこれがいいのだ。いいわね。
Alright, we're finally going to use that warp point that we got much earlier on. Since we arrived at the start of Chapter 8, we need to head back to the ruins, but we want to be at the end of the ruins. And this warp point is actually faster to the end of the ruins than the warp point you can get in the ruins themselves. So we go ahead and use that, and head towards the new area that's opened up in the ruins.
I know something funny.
Hmm?
What is the green status? Is that poison? Yeah, that's poison.
Yeah,
That
what
was been
about it?
poisoned for like 3 dungeons now.
Yeah, that doesn't heal itself, ever. And it also doesn't matter, ever. Alright, so I'm going to do a slightly slower strat than usual, because that enemy is blocking the way. I'm going to come up here.
Dodge. Look at them insane skills.
To avoid having to either fight him or pull him out of the way some other way.
I want to butcher trying to do something that the bomb can do.
Oh yeah, you're going to try and hit the jump blind without using the Lucille skill.
It's the only way I know how. Don't notice me, senpai. Okay. Marathon highlight.
Oh, you hit it, nice. And your
That's-
display character is L somehow. More things that
That's
I'm
because
confused
Sheena-
about. Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
because Sheena died like 100 years ago.
right. That's true. Okay, so now
Oh,
this guy is
no,
actually
that was
blocking
my
the bridge. Hopefully I can sneak past. I can't, okay, so I need to wait for him to move. He might take a long time to move as well. This really sucks. Actually, I have an idea. This is going to take
So
forever
this
for him
was
to
like-
move, so...
This was finally a good split.
I know that I'm going to subject myself to a long loading screen by doing this, but I can get him out of the way this way. Because that was literally impossible to pass.
Alright, so we're on 105 for anyone who bet above the estimate. But we're in Forest 2, so let's just listen to the beauty of a track.
Well, they can't hear your music, but yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hear this beauty of a track.
Yeah.
And you guys pretend you're hearing it, okay? Okay.
So after those shenanigans, I've got the IRL item, like blocking the bridge. That's the first time I've seen him block the bridge that perfectly that I had to go and get the warp stone so I could respawn him. Otherwise he would have taken ages to get out of there.
So in the forest, there's a bunch of different ways you can do Forest 2. You can get 4 keys, 3 keys, 2 keys. We did 3 keys for the longest time, and then the 2 key was discovered and thought to be faster, but after some testing, due to the route and how much you have to walk around, the 3 key is actually the fastest route at the moment.
Yeah, I did explain
knows,
that
maybe-
already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Maybe in the future we'll find some variation of a 2 key route and make it make sense for the lower keys to be faster.
Okay, I failed the damage range, but whatever. We'll just finish him off with this. Or not. We'll just finish him off with this. Okay, now he's dead. There are people with more tokens than Tengu, but not very many of them. Or who had more total tokens than Tengu. Obviously, there are plenty of people who have more than one token right now, but people who had 66 or more tokens, there are only a couple of them. I think that there are luckier people than Tengu, but not very many of them. Okay, so chapter 9 now. We're heading to a new dungeon after 3 revisit
Wow.
chapters.
Never seen that monster walk through the gate before, like it's a normal thing.
That was interesting. Okay, so the volcano is one of the worst places to get an encounter on the easy run. Every encounter from here on out is really bad, but the volcano is just more likely to give you a situation where you're blocked than the other places.
Did I?
Like, I can see that this guy is probably
Does the attack ring go to Al or Celica?
Al.
Okay.
I'm just
okay,
gonna
so-
let this guy turn around. It's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Just because I don't want to deal with it. He's gonna have to turn like 1 or 2 more times in order to get out of the way. Yeah, 1 more time now. But time well spent, I think. I could have easily run away from it faster probably, but too bad. Don't want to risk getting into an encounter here. Because these encounters, well, you can fail to run quite easily. I'm not sure how likely they are to actually kill you on easy, but you don't want to run into them. And when that guy's in that position, the only way to really get around for him is to
Oh,
wait
come on, dude. There we go.
or
Good
take the
try.
encounter. Alright. Dragon the Second.
絶対に負けない任された
This one we actually don't want to take a turn, so
はい
we use that skill to paralyze him,
任せて
and then it's easy enough to kill him with Sheena. On higher difficulties you would use a rebound dragon strat to kill him, but you don't need to on easy, you can just directly kill him with damaging skills. Whoops. Okay, cool. Okay, so to add a little excitement to this race, I'm not going to save before this boss. There is a small chance that it kills me. Also, Oz, you can probably just do without Discord. Unless you have someone you want to commentate.
みんな私の出番ねはっはっバッチリ春の番だなえい
Oh, she lived, huh?
行
Okay.
くわよバッチリ
Ah, she counters Sheena.
Oh shit, he took a second turn.
春のえい
Whatever. Sheena doesn't need to be alive.
やったぞさすがある明日の強くなっていくぞ
That's interesting. That was also an extremely rare fight too, but at least I've had that happen to me before. A nice change of pace of things that hasn't happened to me before.
険再開なのだ。
Now my display character is Al as well because Sheena died. Although I imagine yours changed back to someone else since you lost Al to the cutscene.
Find out the truth or be yourself.
Be yourself. That one always
I don't
got me
really
in
know.
casual as well.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm back to Sheena.
Yeah, makes sense. And this is the longest load in game on PS4 other than the very first one at the very start. Takes
Yeah,
like
these are
15
some-
seconds to load that dungeon.
Some very interesting questions that I'm forgetting. Like, it's only been like 30% of them so far. No. Oh, that was just bound to kill from the
リンク
start.
バッチリ。
I learned of whatever's after the 85 XP skill.
あるの番だな。
Alright, I failed the damage range on the big bug. Just barely.
やったぞ。さすがある。さあ、僕の調子。
So we're coming towards the end of the normal end run now. Still a wee bit to go, but this is the last dungeon. It just happens that it's the setting for the last 2 chapters instead of just 1.
No, we only deal with Coke products here. Get that Pepsi Man out.
I might not get healed between Celica and Heaven's Mima. Yeah, I won't. Oh well. I know that that's going to happen now at least. So this is RNG, whether she kills Sheena or not. Actually, I'm going to heal just because she did so much damage to Al compared to normal. Except she actually heal blocked Al.
This is not good. Don't. Oh no, dude.
Just gonna heal my SP for safety, although I probably won't really need it.
No, actually, we're just gonna have to do that too. That was very unfortunate. I couldn't run from that fight.
So we talked about what was in the raffle at the start of the marathon, but obviously Exohash was asleep. There's a bunch of wall scrolls and stuff. And if 2 million points are donated to all incentives and bid wars combined, then one person will win a custom-made Getter burn made by Zfresh. But only if 2 million points are donated to all the incentives. Okay, I think I can cross this bridge safely. Here we go.
I want to just do another safety save because I hate the trek between the dragon and the octopus.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do one more safety save as soon as I finish this chapter. Because Celica is just
Celica or something, yeah. So I'm heading to the final battle. It's not all that tricky of a final fight, but if you don't set up Celica for it, then it can actually be tricky. And sometimes an enemy can be on top of you when you take one of those jump pads. That
Oh,
guy
no,
nearly
dude.
was.
Oh no, 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 no. He lived. Please paralyze. Thank you.
おわら行くわよ。バッチリ。よし、勝利して年です。
Okay, that's that for me. 10015 I think the time was pretty bad, but it's just marathon being marathon, and it's happened way, way worse to you compared to anything I could ever imagine.
I don't even know what this run is, if I had to be honest with you. And it just keeps getting better.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Well, at least it's Sheena. But, I mean, I don't want her to die, so please run. Thank you. I'm gonna try my best to heal you.
You can save in the cutscene before this boss if you want.
I'm YOLOing.
Okay.
Okay, don't screw it up. I didn't. But he missed. She missed. Yeah, hurry. Okay. Don't die, Sheena. Yay. Okay. Fine. Safety for the win, dog. An over 6.5 minute volcano split. What is this world we live in and whatnot? Okay. Whoops. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where the save is, apparently.
So yeah, I forgot to unmute myself on stream, but we're just going to play this music because I'm not really easy to switch game audio for such a short amount of time left.
Where am I going? I'm just going to do this to ensure one turn death. Or not ensure, but make it a bit more possible. Being transformed or not? Oh yeah, the max stats.
Yeah, max attack.
Oh well. That means I won the lottery, but I wasted time doing it. Whoa! Neato burrito. The best Celica RNG you can get. She didn't even move.
Well, I hope Z-Fresh is ready for the bet in, because we aren't that far away now. I'm not sure if he's actually in voice chat right now. No, he's in the general one, so hopefully he hears this and comes along.
What a lovely place for a robot to stand.
Actually, I guess I could just do bet in, because you can just tell me when you finish. Yeah, I'll do it. So Z-Fresh can just relax and help Silent Eagle or whatever he's doing right now.
Yeah, go through the gauntlet where the game makes sure you have all the characters and you didn't just hack your way here. By using all of their abilities.
Alright, so you got what, like 20 seconds left now? Or even less? Just tell me when.
Movie dot done in now.
And there we go. It's over.
Almost sub 109. Oh my.
Oh,
Well,
what
guys,
a
I hope
ride.
you enjoyed these first two runs. I mean, I don't care if you didn't enjoy the first one, but I hope you enjoyed the Death End Request one. That was a legit run worth enjoying.
And that will do it for me and Endeavor. Well, I'm still going to be restreaming one more run, but we are done playing for the day. Endeavor can go get some sleep and hopefully feel better tomorrow, since he was doing his runs really tired.
Amen.
And yep, so
I tried my best, guys.
thank you very much, Endeavor, for doing the runs. We'll see you for your next shift tomorrow. Well, I'm not actually going to be awake when you do your next run, but I'll be around for when you do Victory. In any case, next up we have Silent Eagle with Megatech Mencha and Blanc vs Zombies. So stay tuned for that. I will again be right back myself, and then we will get right into it.
Hey, Dabom, before we separate our ways, can you send me, whenever you get some extra seconds or minutes, send me